welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Analogy. On today's episode, I'm sitting down with a good friend of mine. His name is Devon.
Hello.
Say hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. It's kind of chilly, right?
It is chilly.
I'm sorry.
It's the wind and the water, but it's still a nice day outside.
Yeah, definitely. I love to bring my guests here because this is where I feel the most safe, and hopefully you can take this place and make it your own one day too.
Yeah, I like it. It's peaceful. Yeah. It's quaint. It makes me feel relaxed.
Exactly. Yeah. So how is everything going on? I feel like we haven't talked in a while.
It's been at least a year.
It's been a year.
At least a year.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking to have you on the episode today because we actually dated before. I was thinking today to myself, and I was like, damn, it's really been 3 years, right? It's been 3 years since we dated. And I want to thank you, for doing this, because I know it's kind of hard to talk about things like this and put them out there in the public. We could probably have this conversation nothing.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's recorded, it gets kind of
Yeah, it gets a little nerve-wracking, but you know what? It's okay. I'm honest, and good for the both of us, and hopefully it'll be good for anybody else listening.
Yeah. It's good to have healing conversations, I feel, And I want to put out there that, I still confide so much in you. I really do. And you always knew how to, validate my feelings, which I really do appreciate because I could be overwhelming, as so many people have told me.
I don't know. I've never felt that way. At the end of the day, you're still a friend and somebody I care about, so of course I want to see that you're doing good and make sure that you're doing okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Of course, no worries.
So I guess we could start with where it started. Funny story.
Oh yeah, back to Spectronics.
Those days.
Did I get written up? I didn't get written up. My talk with HR.
Oh yes, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that for a second. So what happened was we were both working at Spectronics. That's where my mom used to work. And then all of a sudden, I see you walking, but when I saw you walking, the first thing I noticed was your hair because it's so curly and afro-y, and I was like, oh, he has nice hair. And then how did we start talking? Was it me? Probably me.
Yeah, it was definitely you.
Probably me.
Still too shy. Will always be too shy, but it was you. And I was gonna get coffee because I would always get coffee, and I have to walk past the packaging area to the break room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I guess that's when you saw me most of the time, but we didn't actually interact with each other till. Funny enough, I was looking for your mom because I needed to fix something.
Oh.
I needed to fix her computer in the department that she worked in. Do you know where this is? Because I went in there and nobody speaks English.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then you're like, yeah, that's actually my mom. And I'm like, really? Okay.
So I guess that's what it was. And then I guess, what did I say? Because I feel like my memory is really bad. So what did I say? Well, how did I continue this conversation?
I don't remember. You walked me to the room, and then I don't remember if your mom was there or not. But I guess from that day forward, then we started hanging out.
Yeah.
Whenever we were on break.
Yeah, and then I always used to every time you would walk by, I would look forward to that because I knew you were gonna get coffee, and I knew I was gonna see you, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Devon. Yeah.
And coffee.
And then you forgot my name. I still remember that. I remember that. You forgot my name, and I was like, what's my name?
But I told you that I might forget your name, and it was the day. It was the day later.
It was literally the day after.
I always need 2 tries to remember somebody's name. It's I got it first day. I'm like, yeah. And then next day, I'm like, yeah, no.
That's so messed up. I'm still mad. Can you tell?
I can't remember names. I don't know what it is. I can always remember faces. I cannot see somebody for however long, and I'll see their face, and I'll be like, you know what? I went to school with that person.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to their name, I'm just like, Yeah, no, I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
That's me with birthdays. I don't. The only way I can remember somebody's birthday is if I know their horoscope sign. But beside that, no.
No, I can't. I can rarely remember birthdays either. I don't remember my sister's birthday. I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
I'm sorry for him.
sorry, Alicia. One time I forgot my own birthday. So.
No, that happens though. Like the other day I went to the doctor's office and he's like, "So how old are you?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember one time my mom was filling out some paperwork and she was like, "How old are you?" When's your birthday? I let me get back to you with that one.
It happens though, but I do remember that, and then we used to sit together.
Yeah.
At lunch all the time too.
All the time at lunch.
Yeah, and we used to just talk and laugh, and then I guess it just progressed from there.
Yeah, I think like the first time we hung out outside of work, I remember you were like learning how to drive.
Oh my god, yeah.
So it was me, you, and I forgot who we were driving with. Your grandmother?
Oh, my grandma, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because they said that, you were going to come to my house.
Yeah.
That's what it was. You were going to come to my house, and I was learning how to drive in my grandma's car. Yeah, I
learning how to
remember
drive
that.
your grandma.
Oh, my gosh. She looked at me, though. She was like, "He's going to your house?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're just going to hang out." And then she kind of already knew or suspected, and she kind of, like, had a conversation with me prior to that, which was interesting. And I was like, "No, we're just friends. Like, no, we're just hanging out." I knew I didn't want to be friends, though. But, But, yeah.
Wait,
And
you
then,
can't let them know that. They don't
that's
even
what I'm
know
saying.
yet.
They don't even know that. But we did work in a predominantly Hispanic kind of environment.
Yeah, it was like it was me and I think it was only like one other black guy that worked there. Was a Jamaican guy.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Jamal.
two. It was two of them.
Oh, it was two of them?
They both worked in the
Shipping?
with the neons.
Oh, yeah. I know one worked with my mom. And then that was Jamar, the one that worked with the neons.
Mhm.
And then I think there was one guy in shipping.
Yeah, I think.
Is that who we were talking about?
Yeah, I think so. But for the most part, yeah, it was either Hispanic people
Yeah.
and like, white people. Like my boss was white.
Exactly. And I brought that up because, like, I remember, well, I don't know if you noticed it, but we used to get looked at a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially walking through your dish packing department.
Yeah, like, everybody would tell me, like, "Oh, like, so are you guys, like, well, what are you guys doing?" Like, and I'm like, "Oh, we're just hanging out. We're friends." But I didn't want to tell them anything because I knew they were going to be, like, judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're very close-minded when it comes to that kind of stuff. And, like, I remember having a conversation, too, with, like, somebody really close to me. And they were like, "You want to change up the family?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean,
Hey guys,
yeah.
I'm Hispanic too. I got a little Hispanic.
Yeah, But I'll be honest with you. I really liked you, and I felt like we kind of always connected in a lot of ways. But that, I think, is what kind of got to me the most. Where it was like I felt like nobody really saw that. They would only see, like, the appearance, obviously, and we're from different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it got in my head, and that's when I kind of started to, like, drift away, because I was like, maybe they're right. Maybe we're not supposed to be together.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started looking at the relationship differently, and then I kind of made it seem like it was about other things, when in reality it was about that. But I'm not gonna fucking cry. I didn't know how to tell you without, like, hurting your feelings, So yeah, like, that's the truth.
And I guess that's the differences between, like, your household and my household, because after, like, you met everybody in my house, it was more like, you like Spanish girls, don't you?
I'm dead.
It's like, you like Spanish girls with curly hair, don't you? I'm like, maybe. And, like, my grandmother would always joke about that. It's like, yeah, always growing up, it was always the Spanish girls and the girls with curly hair. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't remember any of this. But
So I was your type.
you're my type.
I'm dead. You were actually the first black black guy I've dated.
And I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So I guess that's why people were surprised too. I mean, I was always very like, I was always a goody two shoes, so I did what everybody wanted me to do, and I guess that was the first step of me like actually venturing out of that too, which was kind of like interesting to kind of like
Tasting the different flavors.
I'm dead. I'm so weak.
But I mean, it's the truth, because I guess even with, I guess, different races, I guess relationships can take different turns. Like, it's so many different cultures, and just how many people are growing up, like, even in terms of race and just in terms of individuality. However the fuck you say the word.
Individuality?
English. Yeah, English is hard. But
no, it is hard, trust me.
But I guess there's a lot to experience when you meet different people and you have different relationships with people, whether that be romantic or just
platonic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that's the stage we're at now, where it's like we're platonic, and I really do appreciate having you in my life. Like I said before, like I feel like I can be myself around you, and that's something I really do miss, because like I look back and I'm like, damn, like he was the one person that actually understood me, and it actually celebrated me, you know, instead of kind of like shaping me into somebody he wanted me to be, or like placing me in this box and be like you're overwhelming right now, you know.
Like I noticed that, and I'm gonna draw a comparison between my girlfriend, because it's kind of like the same thing. It's like previously, I guess you guys have had people trying to shape you to be somebody, and then I come up and I'm just like, yeah, just be who you are. That's all I'm here for.
That's scary though, like to have, you know, after you've had so many like negative experiences. I don't know if she feels the same way, but I definitely did feel that way. It was easy with you. Like it was easy to like be around you, and it was easy to have fun with you. And then that kind of clouded the way I looked at love. Like I didn't know that was love. Because to me, love was like, you have to be scared all the time, or you have to be arguing all the time, or you have to like pretend to be something you're not all the time. And it wasn't like that with you. So on top of like already questioning like whether our relationship was supposed to be, I was like, do I even love him? Because like this is not what I'm used to, you know?
Yeah, it's like, especially like now more than ever, like people like feel like love or like a proper relationship has to be like, I guess in a way a little bit toxic, and like have people going back and forth or butting heads, or like even at times it could just be like you're just with your best friend and all you do is relax, and there's never anything bad. Like you can always have your differences and it could always be problems, but at the end of the day, you guys are with you guys for each other.
Exactly. I'm messing with you now, but you're right though.
It's definitely like something that a lot of people, I guess, don't understand.
Yeah.
Whether that be just how they grew up or the love they experienced before, because that's something that really shapes your vision and idea of love. And I guess before being with you, I didn't really know what love was either. Never really been in any like strong or significant relationships, so you're really my first attempt. That was the first shot. So I just kind of, and it's not necessarily I grew up in an especially loving household. Yeah, they love me and they care for me, but it wasn't like overflowing affection, like hugs, I love you, kisses, and everything like that. That's kind of just, I guess one thing people do is they try to be perfect in a relationship. But I was just like, I'll just do whatever I can. It's like, this is all I got. This is all I know how to do, and I know I'll get better with time as I go. I'll figure out what the person likes, what they don't like, you know, what interests they have, what interests they don't have, and just learn to grow myself as a partner and with the other person.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, it's supposed to be about really learning how to navigate each other. I feel because I feel like every relationship has its like issues, obviously. Um, but I admit that I'm quick to like give up on stuff like that because I have a very, I want to say like, I guess like not innocent, but more so like child like idea of what love is supposed to be, where it's like it's supposed to just click, you know. But I guess now I'm learning that it takes work to actually maintain a relationship.
It definitely does take work, and there's sometimes where it's like you're with the person and you guys just like, we're just chilling right now, and then there's sometimes where it just clicks and you guys are back to square one. It's like you guys
Yeah.
are meeting each other for the first time, and it happens. It's not a consistent upward slope, consistent downward
Say refresh your perspective on what a relationship is too, because sometimes we forget that there's different versions of the partner that we have, and we get so caught up in this one idea where it's like this person is going to be this way forever, and it's like people grow and they evolve in so many ways, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Even being with my girlfriend now, I feel like I'm. How do I explain it? All right. I guess it's time to get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
It's time to get to the sauce. So, I guess coming out of me and you being together after that happened, it was definitely a rough time for me, because I don't know. After that, like at the time, you were kind of all that I had. Like all my time was just kind of going into you. You're what I was looking forward to like spending time with. So after that, I was kind of, I guess, lost in a way. I was confused. I didn't really know what I wanted to do for the most part, and I guess I was still kind of depressed already. So it was a lot going on. So it was definitely a rough 2 years after that. And then coming up into this year, actually, or no, it's only been a year I've been with my girlfriend. So last year, 2021,
Hmm.
like literally that New Year's Day, I felt like a whole leading up to New Year's. I just started to feel like a whole new person. Like I wasn't hurt anymore. I was looking back at the past. I don't know. I felt in a way. I felt that I grew.
You grew, yeah.
I was finally okay with being by myself. Like I didn't feel like there's anything wrong with it. I wasn't getting lost in my head or like lost in my thoughts. And then my girlfriend comes along, Tina, and then it's like a whole different perspective. 'Cause I'm like, how do I say it? Like, it was a whole new type of love that I haven't even experienced before. Even coming after you, like, wow. It just like it shifted. I guess my perspective of love is because he has a very Disney movie picture of what love is, and that's good. I know I've never had that. And I know it's not like that all the time, but it's definitely refreshing to me considering that I had no concept of love whatsoever, honestly.
Yeah.
So it kind of just rocked my world, and now I see myself in an entire different light. Like I feel myself being able to be more positive at times. Like just meeting the one right person can shift your whole worldview.
Exactly. I'm so happy that you found that person, No, and I told you this. I was like, one day you're gonna find somebody and they're really gonna appreciate you.
You did
for
say
who
that.
are.
You did say that.
I did say that.
So I was like, I don't know what this girl's talking about,
Yeah.
man.
He was probably mad at me. He was like, "She just saying that.
She's just saying that right now.
She just saying that because she don't want me to hurt." But I know, like you have such a big heart, and you were so giving, and you deserve that too. And I knew I couldn't give that to you, and now you have someone that's able to. And I feel like that dismisses everything and that kind of scares me sometimes. So I'm like, damn, like, but what I do want you to know is that I'm happy for you, that you have someone that like shows you what love really is.
Definitely. It definitely took some time to get there, but I think the most important part before like, going into a relationship is you have to figure yourself out first. Because that's the only way the other person doesn't have control. If you're confused about the person you are and what you want to be, that opens up to the other person being able to manipulate you. And I'm not saying she would ever do that, because she was definitely not that type of person.
But I know what you're saying. Like, I guess if you know who you are, you won't get lost.
Because there's people that's done that to her, and I know there's people it happens to all the time. People I know. And it gets messy, because it messes with your head and your idea of yourself, because then you just become more confused and you don't know if it's you, if it's them.
It's both. That's definitely what I experienced last year. I was already lost to begin with. Like, I didn't know what I wanted career-wise. I didn't know who I was, like, personally. And then I was dating somebody, and, for me, the most important part of the relationship was, like, securing his attention. So I just kind of, like, morphed myself into whoever could do that for him. Like, could just, like, I guess I performed in a sense where it's like I turned myself into the person that he wanted or he wanted me to be. And even then, it just never felt like enough, because like he always wanted to, like, he would always be like, I want an open relationship, like, or whatever. So to me, it was like, damn, like, I'm doing all this for you, but you still don't see my worth. And obviously you change or you lose yourself.
Because
But that's because I didn't know who I was,
And that's why it's always important to know. I mean,
yeah.
kudos to him for wanting an open relationship, though.
I'm so done. You know what? I'm like,
never.
You gotta trigger me right now. Let me
never thought of the idea of that. I'm selfish. I'm sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, everybody expresses love differently, right? That's obvious. But it's like, personally, I just don't see how you would be able to do that if you're really satisfied with who you're with.
Yeah, I feel like open relationships. I feel like, and no problem to anybody that in an open relationship and wants to. But at least from my perspective, it's like you want to be single, but you just want the title of like you being in a relationship. You want somebody to go home to, like, when the day's over. But then
that's literally what he said.
Throughout the middle of the day, you just want to fuck around, and then that's not what relationships are about.
It's not, it really isn't. And sometimes, like, he would be like, he would be like, oh, like, I don't understand, like, why you're so insecure or this and this and that. And it's like, bro, like, like, you can't say shit like that and just expect me to be like, oh my god, so then why I'm bringing that up is because, like, I would question myself a lot and be like, am I really an issue? Like, am I really the problem? Like, is it really me? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, if somebody's insecure about something, you can't ask them, why are you insecure? Well, in a way, yes, you can. You just have to do it the right way. You can be like, why are you insecure? Like, what about yourself bothers you?
Yeah.
In a way, but you can't be like, why are you insecure? You can't turn it into a negative thing. Like, you don't want somebody to be insecure about themselves, but you can't make they already know that them being insecure is bad. Like, you can't make it worse for them. You need to help them move past it.
Exactly.
Affirming words, not.
You're like, I'm trying to tread lightly on this like road before I offend anybody. No, but it's true. I mean, I don't really think he meant it in a negative way, even though obviously, you're not really gonna take that nicely.
Exactly.
I guess he was just very like, I don't like issues or I don't like confrontation, and this feels like a confrontation, so I'd rather just like avoid it.
No, I definitely feel that. I hate confrontation. I'm not a confrontational person.
Yeah.
Very much too shy for that. I've grown up being shouted down a lot, so I don't really like to confront the problem, but I do like to talk about it. Like, I'm very open to talking. Like, I don't argue, like, I don't scream and yell, I don't fight like that, but I like to talk because it's very important. Like, and that's especially from therapy. That's what I learned. Like, you need to talk about these things.
Yeah.
Because it comes to the point where if you keep building it up for too long, it's gonna harm you. Like, you're gonna get to a point where it's gonna boil over and it's just gonna become a mess of things, and you can hurt somebody that you care about, or you can hurt yourself, or you can like set yourself up for failure, or just do something that you regret. So
Exactly.
it's always important to be vocal, and I know it's like something a lot of people struggle with. Like, I hate talking, but
Yeah.
sometimes you have to force yourself and push past it, even if it's something like little, like, hey, I don't like that you did this, and here's why.
Exactly. Communication is key, everyone.
Yes.
And understanding too, though, because gotta validate and understand where the person is coming from, in order to communicate effectively. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle too, like understanding and really like putting themselves into somebody else's shoes.
Yeah. Communication and understanding is the key to a long-lasting relationship, definitely.
So would you say love is?
You know what? Love is different for everybody. You can never put a definite term on what love is, but love does come with, I guess, some core necessities, and that, like, two of those things is understanding and conversation. Like, those are like the two most important things. If you can't conversate and you can't understand each other, then the relationship can't last, because then you guys are butting heads all the time, and then it becomes toxic, and you guys may stay together even though it's toxic, but it's not good for either person. And then if you guys have kids, it's not good for the kids either.
Exactly. So here's to more awareness in our relationships, in our platonic relationships as well, because we struggle in friendships and family relationships as well. But I think this is a great place to end this. And I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day and actually recording with me and talking about things that might be difficult to really talk about. Yeah, I wish you good luck in everything. Tell Tina I said hello.
She'll be listening to this eventually, so.
Yes, she will. But is there any socials you want to share with us? He's very musically inclined, guys. So.
Very musically inclined.
And great photographer skills.
Yeah, you guys can follow me at Instagram at dwithphotos. That's about it. I don't have anything for my music yet, but I'll get there.
You will. I believe in you. You know this. But until we meet again, goodbye, everyone. Stay beautiful. Bye.